This video is to talk about dragon rulers and the kinds of decks that we have seen throughout the ages in the last few months of Yu-Gi-Oh! And dueling with these dragon rulers, and they are very versatile. And here are some of the examples coming up to you in just a second. Okay guys, here's one of the many variations of synchro elemental dragon ruler decks that we have been having so much fuss about. There's a lot of different variations of the way the decks themselves work, and here's one of them particularly. This one is a Synchro Dragon Assault Mode one, using like a bunch of different stuff. But Dragon Rulers, as you can see, there's multiple different variations. This one kind of works off very similar to the Plant Engine. This is a Plant Synchro kind of Assault Dragon build. Nothing too special, just kind of this one's a little bit harder to play. Used to be a lot easier when the baby dragons were actually a thing. This next clip is to show you the ways on how Tidal gets used and one of the many variations of the deck. Ice barriers are even starting to see play with cards like Tidal, being as the fact that you can banish water monsters and other such things. So Tidal, even part of the Dragon Rulers, have been evolving and adapting into other multiple portions of the deck. This next clip is to show you one of the most famous uses of Blaster and why Blaster is good in fire decks. Decks like Fire Fist are even running the much hated Blaster Dragon Ruler of Infernos because they are all of the fire attribute and they like to go and pop things, and even in decks that Dragon Rulers don't fit in, they still have some use. I kinda miss the fact that the baby dragons were hitting the ban list because it kept the decks fast and you could make a lot of different unique variation elements of decks, like the Karakuri Incarnate Dragons, which I'm about to show you in the next clip. Back in March, in the March ban list, when all the baby dragons were not banned and you could have each of them at 3, a lot of people were playing them in various synchro decks, one of which is my personal favorite Incarnate Dragon deck. This one I have made better than all the other ones that I have played and tried, and this one goes for a first turn lockdown with Light and Darkness Dragon, sometimes multiple 5-headed dragons, and just go that first turn lock and play Necroface and basically hold the field down, and you pretty much draw every card out. And this is one of the early day builds. Some of the Dragon Ruler players decided to go with a more fusion based element with elemental heroes and other such types. Some people have even decided to implement Dragon Rulers into fusion decks such as heroes, with like Avian, Burstinatrix, Clayman, and Bubbleman to go with the attribute set of each of these dragons. And for one of the last and final examples, the famed Dragunity Rulers used in regionals this month and has topped and has become extremely powerful, and I will show you that. And last but not least, the one that's been currently topping the meta that everyone's been going on about, saying that they hate or that they love, is the Dragunity Rulers. Same implementation, Tempest, Redox, and Blaster. They left out Tidal, I don't know why, but a lot of implementation between other cards in the deck, and it works in good unison and synchronization. Dragunity deck, well, Dragons came a long way. Well, Dragon Rulers came a long way from being Super Saki XYZ to now Super Saki Synchro. So we've witnessed these tremendous beasts kind of just take over and dominate the format and pretty much just blew everything else away. There's a lot of ways you can implement dragons, even into things that are very, very underrated. We're still seeing we can still see dragons implemented into the things that you would least expect them in. Like Dragunities are one of the biggest examples right now of Dragon Rulers. That and Plant Synchro Dragons are the most feared Dragon Rulers right now in this format. It's kinda sad to say, but hopefully I will be implementing a new deck to bring into the meta. That deck I'm going to bring to the new meta happens to use Tidal, which I don't like, but at the same time, it does involve Gishki, Zealgigas, the King of Gishkis, the God of the Water, Very OP, very powerful, and I hope it
sadly
works.
to say, that new deck happens to include Tidal, just because it helps speed the process of the deck and gives me extra plays when I'm down and out and can't go for any big pushes. I can just make extra plays with Tidal and the resources that I have available. That's pretty much all the examples I can give you right now. Anyways guys, these are Dragon Rulers, they're here to stay.
Well, I guess that's all that I have time for today. That kind of is the basic evolution of Dragon Rulers and some of the styles and variations of the deck that we have seen and some of the decks that will be played. And I hope this has really showed you some different styles and way to build dragons and maybe gave some new ideas.